Well, that's all right, because it's Wednesday evening, and this hangout is live, and I'm hearing myself. And that's all right, though. I'm going to just do my best to ignore that, because I'm a professional, and that's what we do. We carry on. Show must go on. Hopefully it's not going to be recorded. And if it is, whatever. It's just a podcast, so calm down. Just calm down. Calm down. Calm down.
You still hearing that? Calm down?
Yeah, no, that's fine. Roger, over. All right. Mic's muted. See, I don't hear it when I mute myself. That's weird. All right. Well, I hope you all enjoy the show. And Nick's still not allowed in. Nick needs to write an angry letter to Google and say, why do you not allow me into my own Hangouts? Because that's not very nice.
Did we boot him out of the group by some strange reason or coincidence or something?
No. There was a simple error that just
here's a
itself up.
All right. Well, here's a dumbass question. What if we all dumped the hangout and restarted?
Well, I mentioned that. Funny thing. Those 2 times I left, you guys just kind of stayed in there. So didn't. But that's fine. No, we're live. We're gonna just power through this thing. So here's the theme music.
Little green men. Now, they're coming. They're coming for you. Prepare for the attack of the android.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Wednesday, July 15th, 2015. This is episode 162 of Tag the Androids on our new evening on Wednesday. I almost even forgot about it, but I didn't. I'm Matt, and that's Eric. What's up, Eric?
Doing great. Off speakers, no more of that weird sound. It's a good day. It's a great day.
Honestly, gotta say, sounding like you're right here next to me, Eric. You could be right behind this magical black curtain behind me here. And I wouldn't even.
I'm here.
Can we give a quick say hi to your brother, who is also in the back of you making memes? Bunny ears, fake wiener, peace sign. Are those the 3? Okay. Chad, how's it going, Chad? Just hi.
Chad left because there were speaker issues. He's in the other room.
What a D. All right. Well,
I
Joey,
relegated him to the other room.
How's it going, Joey?
Not bad. Do not pay attention to the man behind the curtain. Yes. Things are going quite well up here in Maine, and it's going to be a good night. I got the dog on his bed underneath my feet, and I'm chatting with 2 of my favorite people, Matt and Eric, and for some reason we can't get our other favorite person, Nick, in here for some stupid technical reason.
Honestly, that's pretty much how... Do you hear that? It's pretty much how I'm going to just throw something through this. Can I do that? Can I just freak out?
What? We can still hear you.
Okay. Anyway, Eric, tell us about the new Howie Nexus. I'm excited. It's Howie, and it's a Nexus.
Oh, yeah, it's the phone that I'd never want to buy. The Huawei Nexus. Let's see here. So here's the speculation. We don't know anything. This is coming from EV Leaks, which am I wrong? I thought that EV Leaks said that EV Leaks wasn't going to be EV leaking anymore.
Yeah, well, you can only leak so much, and then you're empty, right? I mean, once you've leaked, there's nothing else to leak. I mean, there's always stuff to leak, but, you know.
Apparently somebody pumped him with something because he's leaking more. So here's the speculation. 4 gigabytes RAM, 64 gigabyte, possible micro SD card expandability. Don't think so personally. 3,300 gigawatt battery.
Milliamp.
Milliamp.
Milliamp. That's cool. That's a big battery. It's good.
Yeah, it's the same as the OnePlus 2 that we talked about last week. 4G LTE, 20 megapixel rear camera. Now, see here with optical image stabilization, 8 megapixel front camera, USB-C, Android 5.2 Lollipop, and a bottom-facing mono speaker.
USB-C. That's what I'm excited about.
Yeah, I mean it's cool, but it's still a Huawei phone. I mean, do you really want this phone? Do you really want a Nexus that says Huawei?
Well, if I get one on Verizon, it won't. It'll just say Verizon on it. So I mean, whoa. So that's fine.
I don't know. I mean I feel like I hated LG before they started doing Nexus phones, but like this is totally different. Like these are the most craptastic phones in the world. So
Yeah. I mean, are they going to come preloaded with custom Chinese backdoors for spying ease of use and accessibility?
hopefully, I just hope they come preloaded with Baidu. That'll be fun.
Ooh, it's a good search engine for all things Asian government.
It's wonderful.
Oh,
Would it be
yes,
great?
the good search engine. Yeah, we come loaded with that and
Jesus.
Well, that's exciting. I mean, it's built on a 14 nanometer scale, which is the tiniest, most efficient nanometer ever.
I mean, there's also 13 and 12 nanometer, but let's not get into that.
Well,
That's just crazy. You'd never do that on a phone.
Splitting hairs, Eric. Splitting hairs.
Very, very thin hairs.
Nanometer hairs. Fingerprint reader. Who's excited about that? I mean, right? Biometrics making their way into our daily lives. That's cool.
I think it makes sense. I mean, I look at this and sort of think that like you could, like, somebody who just pays attention to the phone market could just pull this out of their ass and say, yeah, it's going to have that new Snapdragon 820. It'll have the fingerprint reader, I feel like would be obvious. The next Nexus has to have a fingerprint reader because of all the fingerprint reader stuff that, Google talked about at I/O. So, I mean, in some ways,
they shouldn't have done that because then they wouldn't have to do that. See where they messed up.
I just kind of think that if this is true, it's saying shipping November 2015, so a lot of this could change. I'm still holding out that it's not a Huawei phone, though. Still holding out.
Who's your top contender for the next Nexus?
I honestly think that they should do what they should have done before, which is they should have made it a Motorola. Because these Motorola phones are really good.
That's why you're my homie, because you said Motorola, and that's exactly what I would have said. Give me a new Motorola.
Yeah.
That's fine. Even Lenovo, I got that too. Like I will take either or at this point.
Haven't had a new HTC Nexus since the original Nexus.
Yeah.
So that wouldn't be too bad. So I don't know. Interesting rumors.
I'd even like to see an Oppo Nexus, personally. I mean, just to have on the wall. Just Joey,
let's all do a Nexus.
Any thoughts on a Howie Nexus?
I don't think you're going to see anything officially Nexus coming out of anybody except Motorola until such time as all ties are completely broken. That's just my opinion. Well,
all ties have been broken.
Yeah, but there's still there's still like some. I'm sure there's still some shared. Hey, we were once a company together, bro, handshaking type of ties, if you know what I mean.
I don't think so. I don't know.
No.
I think you're watching too much Mad Men.
Well, maybe, but it's also possible that there's something that we don't know about. Like, for instance, some deal where when they were still a Google division, that they were able to, that maybe they signed a contract for a certain number of phones with them underneath the Nexus name, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay. Will Verizon get this? Is this going to be just on Google's new carrier service, only on Republic Wireless, and what's that thing called? What's it called? Project Fi?
Project Fi. I think it would be a mistake to limit the phone to one provider like that, particularly a kind of a small sub-provider like that.
Sure. No MVNO releases. Come on, guys. Eric.
Matt.
Eric. How's your phone doing?
No, my phone's doing fine.
It's good.
Yeah, it's good. I honestly, I think buying the 64 gig version was probably the right choice. That is one part of this rumor that I think would be really great. I know that Google's like moving all this stuff to the cloud, but like having the 64 gigabyte version, I don't feel such a need to upgrade because I kind of feel like I have all the storage space that I want. So I don't know. I think that I'm telling you, any other manufacturer, I'd be excited.
Speaking of that, a slight side note, I also picked up the 64 gigabyte version of the Nexus 6 when I bought that, and I have got a ton of music on this thing, audiobooks, apps. I mean, I'm a digital clutter person sometimes, and I'm starting to junk the phone up a little bit, but I still have over 40 gigabytes free, and I have got more content on this thing than I have ever had on any of my other phones, and I'm not even close to touching how much the storage is.
I wonder, though, if you do that more on those larger storage devices, do you feel that device degradation quicker, I wonder? Or, like, do you think that has anything to do with it?
I don't know.
It makes the device heavier with all that stuff on there, so I don't know if...
Yeah. Hail that only people in extremely expensive laboratories can detect. But, I mean, I can't speak to anybody else, but with the exception of my audiobooks, I don't usually turn over my digital stored media. If anything, it tends to grow, not get changed over if I have sufficient storage. So, for instance, I've got albums on there that I will probably never pull off the phone. I just won't play them if I don't want to hear them. I'll skip over them. So, the audiobooks, on the other hand, I generally keep one or two at a time and then delete them when I'm done just to keep them off the phone.
I constantly have to find space, but I only have 16 gigs, so, it's first world problems.
Yeah.
Ooh. Speaking of first world problems, Matt Lee.
Yeah, 16 gigs I already
sorry.
have by now. So.
Hands up.
Eric, please segue us into our next story.
I'd be happy to do so, Matt. Shit, fuck it. So, that
sounds good.
I lost it. I lost the mojo. The OnePlus 2.
He's all excited in the chat that
was an awesome. That was the most awesome segue ever.
I can totally segue us into this other story. I'm like, go for it. That's awesome. I wish people could see our private chat sometimes, Eric.
Oh, God damn it! Awesome segue ever.
So the OnePlus 2, we talked about all the specs for that last week, and Shane was all excited. He was Twitter-pated because he loves his little OnePlus One. But the one thing he did not like was the camera. Well, this week we have details on the camera because what's his name? MKBHD. I don't know. This dude that does really nice YouTube videos. He got his hands on a OnePlus 2, and he took some pictures, and it is probably going to be disappointing to people like Shane because it sounds like they cheaped out on the camera again.
Why? Why would you possibly do that? And did he find that camera in a bar?
He did not. They sent it to him. I think he was one of the original OnePlus One. Was he OnePlus One or was he the Oppo? I don't know. Like he gets a lot of YouTube views, so it's not out of the realm of possibility that they sent him this. But yeah, it looks like the camera is going to max out at, let's see here, 13 megapixels, and it will not have optical image stabilization, which, if we remember from the little Nexus 4, that creates really, really nasty photos.
Definitely
So,
need your images stabilized when you're taking pictures.
well, and they're saying that they're going to use this, laser autofocus technology that helps bring things into focus. I don't know, like it looks like the initial photos that were taken are better than the original, which is not saying much. But
Hold on, laser? Are you talking about LASIK? They give this camera LASIK, and then it'll focus. That's
now,
good.
see, now that would be LASIK's expensive. That would be a really good benefit if you could just put your phone up to your face and give yourself LASIK.
Right. Because maybe it isn't my picture that's out of focus. Maybe it's your shitty eyes.
Maybe it's your
Your
eyes.
vision. There's an app for that.
See, this is the forward thinking.
We'll adjust your eyesight accordingly. This is only going to burn for a second.
Yeah,
No
I've
need
heard
for
that
an
one before.
expensive operation. Here, our $3.95 Android app will fix your vision and improve your lifestyle. Side effects may include bloating, trouble operating heavy machinery.
Nope. But it does say the app developer's name is Dr. Nick, so that's cool. Let's talk about the One Mate getting Android M. That's exciting. You know what's not exciting is the Moto X first gen still not getting any upgrades. Not ever going to.
No. They said it was they're soaking. It's
Nah.
soak. Here's what you need to do.
I don't think it's
If
gonna
you
happen.
want to be part of the soak test,
No, I don't. I
you
don't.
take your phone.
Nope.
No, you want to. Shh. Stop it. You know you want to be part of the soak test.
No.
You just dip it in water.
Okay.
Dump it in the toilet.
We do this on the show. I mean, there's literally a bathroom right on the other side of this curtain. We're doing the show in the bathroom.
That explains
That's
the
an
amazing
argument.
acoustics and my ability to sound like the Doors.
And the content.
Well, this is interesting. I mean, I guess. So it's going to be getting M, which is surprising given that phone is, what, at this point, a year and a half, 2 years old?
Yeah, it's passive.
M's not coming out?
For sure.
Do you think it's because nobody really liked the M9? And they went back to their M8s?
Yeah. That could be.
This is the phone manufacturer version of a mulligan.
Well, yeah, we're gonna remember the one you bought 2 years ago. We're gonna give you guys new ones of those. We decided we weren't going to make anything better, so there's that. But the M9, the M9 is already just coming out and getting powered by things that are faster than that. Is it gonna have M? Is it M?
I don't think you can. I think they have to put M on it.
Is it mine or is it M9? Is it pronounced mine?
Mine? I don't know.
M9. Because the M8 was pronounced mate, right?
I think you should roll with that.
Okay.
You just want us to start referring to it as mine?
Could we?
Yeah, sure. Of course.
The new HTC M1 M mine, already powered by Snapdragon 810, second .1 gen, so that's cool.
Wait, what? No, so second .1?
Second gen .1, so it's like the first iteration of the second generation. That's
Did
cool.
I miss this? Like,
You might have.
They're talking about all of this, like, heat-related problems with, like, I thought there were other problems with the M9. I didn't remember the heat-related stuff. So
It got warm, reports said.
So they're saying that it already has. Okay, hold on. I need to step back.
Eric, they're saying this one is much cooler because the other one, it got way too hot. Oh, goodness.
Okay, so it wasn't a processor problem. It was a software problem that was making this
image problem.
Okay. Wow, lots of interesting stories this week, Matt. Let me tell you.
Did you
What
hear
else
about?
you got?
Did you hear about Nintendo? Have you heard about this? Did you hear about this?
What did we hear about? Tell me.
Oh, their guy is no longer with us.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, that's sad.
oh.
Yeah, there was some graphic that was produced with was it a rainbow, I think, over the Nintendo headquarters or whatnot. I'm sure that was photoshopped. It seemed rather appropriate.
It was the Super Mario flag, and there were fireballs reported.
Oh. Poor Iwata-san.
Did you get the new
He will
Ingress
be-
update? I got the new Ingress update. I was actually playing a little Ingress earlier in this other state, Oregon. Some nice Ingress in Oregon.
Where in Oregon?
Astoria? It's
Oh,
nice,
okay.
nice Ingressing there. Really big.
I'm sure it was just because of the hardware I had at the time, but I never could get that to work properly.
What? You probably couldn't just figure out how to do the tutorial.
No, I got the tutorial, and it was just that the phone kept crashing.
Ah.
Were you trying to put it on your Kindle or your Nook?
I don't understand this. It says no GPS found.
No, I was playing it actually on my Texas Instruments calculator.
No, you weren't.
Well, Matt, the coolest thing about this Ingress update is that it brings Android Wear support. So did you buy that LG G watch?
No. I will never wear a watch, and I can't. I can't.
You don't want to Ingress on your
I
arm?
just
Come on,
no,
dude.
I-
Isn't that better
that-
than looking at your stupid phone?
That would be. I don't know though. Like, would you feel better doing this on the corner or like doing this? You know, like it's up to you, I guess.
I don't know. I think you're less likely to get mugged with your
I feel like
watch.
people would think you're like counting down something if you were staring at your watch, and that they were, you know.
Well, no, because you can sort of like tap it, like just tap it and then put your arm down, then nobody would see.
Yeah.
Come on, Matt. See, I thought you'd be excited. I put that right in the dock just for you, dude.
It is cool, but I can't wear a watch. You know what I'd be more excited about? If you could holographically overlay Ingress on the windshield of my car. That would get me excited. Putting it on my wrist, not so much.
See,
Honestly,
that's
when we can invent a cheap way of doing a heads-up display on our windshields, that will revolutionize the way we interact with mobile devices.
Like a Pico projector of sorts
Or something.
with lasers. Needs to be lasers.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of cool though. So and it's not everything. You're not like able to blow stuff up, drop in XMPs or anything like that. But it does say you can quickly hack nodes and collect XM. So that is kind of handy. I will give you that because you burn through a lot of power cubes if you're walking around because you don't want to have your phone out in between. So you leave it on in your pocket, but then it'll turn off, and if it's on your watch and still tracking where you're at and allowing you to collect XM, that's cool. So, but I'm still not going to put it on.
even if you can get the Moto X, or not the Moto X, the Moto 360 for $149.
That's still tempting, but man, I
Look
don't
good on
wear a
that
watch
watch.
because I know what'll happen, and I'll feel really stupid about it because I will wear it for like a week, and then it'll be so uncomfortable, and I'll just be like, all right, well, back in the box where it's gonna live forever. Are you wearing one? Are you wearing two? What are you wearing? Show me your wrists. Put them up. You're
Nope,
not wearing
not a-
anything. You're naked. Look, what are you wearing? Wait, did you just get out of the hospital? What is that?
No, this is not a hospital band. It's a
Is that one of
0
those?
point. Sorry, it's a negative ion energy band.
Can I tell you something about that?
Mm.
Did somebody in a mall like convince you to buy that by pushing you over?
Maybe.
Was she cute? Oh, I know she was. I know she was because they always use cute girls to sell those things to dummies. And you got took. You got
Also got me
took,
for
Joey.
pendant. And I got to tell you,
Oh,
though,
Joey.
in all honesty, I feel better, and I am
Where's
sleeping
Shane?
better.
No, you don't. Where's Shane Brady when we need him? We need something debunked.
It might be a placebo effect, I'll admit.
It's not. Okay.
Mm.
They should make a watch, and then it would be double helpful. Do you feel better? As long as you feel better. That's what's important. Can we leak some new Moto device pictures that have already been leaked?
Hold on, you're skipping over the most significant thing ever.
No.
Yes.
What?
Somebody's using Commodore to sell phones.
What?
Yes, this link is in here. Commodore returns
No,
as a
it's not.
5.5-inch nostalgia-powered smartphone. Okay, this is what's going on here, people. This is marketing. It's a cheap Chinese freaking phone with free emulators loaded on from the factory.
It's made out of the same stuff that your power band is.
Maybe. But anyway, it's a cheap phone with a few free gadgets pre-installed, so therefore you can charge 3 times as much or twice as much or whatever as the other person for the same hardware. So in other words, buyer beware, not worth it.
Yeah, so the only benefit to this is that it comes with an Amiga emulator? Is that right? I'm confused. Come on, Joey, Jesus.
The only thing I can think of that's an advantage for this is that your phone says Commodore PET. That's it.
Okay.
And if
Like
you
a-
want to be this is what I hate sometimes when people get a hold of products and they completely turn it for total marketing, is that this appeals to the geek hipster crowd that knows what a Commodore PET is, that probably isn't even old enough to have had a Commodore PET, but they want the name Commodore PET stuck on their smartphone because that's cooler than having it say Motorola or, you know, Samsung. So they just want to put a name on it. And I hate that because it doesn't advance the technology, it doesn't improve, it doesn't add any value, it doesn't do anything for the phone. It's just a marketing ploy. So my advice would be go get a Commodore PET-looking case and stick it on your existing phone, and you're probably better off. Just my opinion.
How would you advance the Commodore 64 technology?
No. I mean the technology of phones in general. The Commodore technology is pretty much dead at this point. What I find really interesting, though, is that they're choosing to go with a Commodore emulator on a smartphone because, unless I'm completely wrong, I don't remember the Commodore even having anything mouse or pointer-like. So that means everything was done with keyboards, and keyboards and typing are like the one thing that a smartphone and or any other kind of touch device does absolutely horribly, which because it doesn't have Keyboard. Hello.
Well, this should be crap text.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. When you make a replica of a $145 phone, I don't know. Maybe you're just not trying.
Currently doing a search on Google Play for apps relating to Commodore, and I'm betting that there's probably... Oh, yeah, look at that. First one is a Frodo C64, which is a some sort of a C64 emulator, and then the next one is a C64 Games Pack, both of which are free. There you go. You can already get the Commodore experience for free. Ooh, this Commodore Games Pad has ski jump.
It's classic. It's
Ooh, and
definitely
Lunar
classic.
Lander.
I used to actually play that on my Apple IIc. That was a fun game, actually. So, what new Moto devices are we photos leaked of? Can we show these off? Does anyone want to see these? Does anyone care?
Yeah,
Show
go ahead.
you anyway. I'm going to show you. Boom. There they are. Baby's got backs. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them.
I'm not. I kind of think they're ugly. What do you think?
I kind of think they're the same. It's the back of a phone. I mean, what do you want? Like the Mona Lisa painted on it? Like, what do you want? It's the back of a phone.
Come on.
Do you stare at the back of your phone a lot? Like when you're taking selfies, maybe, right? That's true, I guess. I would need to look at a really nice thing if I was taking selfies a lot. Be nice, you know?
It's just I don't like the silver because they do. I feel like they've done a better job of designing in the first 2 gens of Moto X. So to have like this like silver line, it just I don't know. I think it kind of looks cheap. And then they're going for that Kevlar backing. It looks like on the one, so I'm guessing that's the Droid line.
You know what's underneath that stuff? Like shiny, slippery. I don't know if you can kind of see that there. Yeah, see that?
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, that's nice. See that?
Now, do you keep yours in a case, or is that from like years of abuse?
No, that's from like 4.5 years of abuse.
See, that's why I keep mine in a case. Still pristine.
Huh.
For the swap crowd.
I also allegedly had to bang it against the dashboard of the Neon today because it was really pissing me off. I'm not usually one to like rage hate on some technology because I know how delicate it can be, but man, I wanted to break it into a billion little freaking pieces. I was so mad. I was so mad. I was so mad.
Well, I just figured that's you. That's your way of getting a new phone. Because if your phone's broken, you gotta have a phone. So it's not your fault the phone's broken.
That's true. It's not my fault it got left underneath the car tire.
You know, a friend of mine that I went to high school with, I couldn't believe it. She was on Facebook the other day, and she puts out an update. I ran over my own phone with my father's tractor.
Not even a car, like with a tractor. That's classic.
And I'm like, the next time I saw her, I was like, okay, I can understand running over it with a tractor. I get that, no problem. But you were driving the tractor. How do you run over your own phone? No.
So it looks like by what this says, we'll have a 3rd gen Moto X about the time I'm ready for an upgrade here in October. Probably not in October, but that will be the next one. So I might not want to get the second one.
So how's the Verizon coverage in Washington? Are you gonna stick with them, or are you moving?
It's good. I mean, as long as I have this unlimited plan, I'll probably just keep it as long as I can. But who knows? Who knows?
Makes sense.
Any other comments on this before we move on?
I don't think so. I just think it looks like shit.
We should mention it does look like shit. It kind of looks like if this was, yeah.
If you Amazon phone.
Eric, and to walk backwards. Eric, happy Amazon Prime Day. It's been
Amazon Prime Day.
20 long years. Now, if you were given an Amazon Prime account from the time it was set up, how much money would you have given them?
I don't know. It
In
started
20
at
years,
and now it's 100.
Ooh, tricky.
Thousands and thousands of dollars.
See, he didn't just immediately go for the quick answer, which would have been $2 million.
Please. I get so much value out of my Amazon Prime account. I love it. No turning back.
I've definitely used it a lot more since I've moved here where there are no stores within driving distance, so it's definitely paid itself off in
the thing that I love about it is that the little things that I need to buy for my business, keyboards, mice, stuff that's lightweight, small, that I can go to a local store and pay 3, 4, 5 times as much as what I can buy it for on Amazon. I can get it for free in 2 days, or I can the cheap shipping and get $1.
I like that I can buy nitrous chargers on Amazon Prime and have them sent to my door.
That works too.
It does.
Yeah. So, have you seen any good Amazon? I only saw one good Prime Day Android deal, and that was, I think it was a 32 gigabyte Nexus 6 for $299 or $299, I believe. Like that was the only good Android deal I've seen so far today. No,
There was a nice, no, I know. There was a nice 3 terabyte hard drive for like $80, but I don't have that form that it was, and I didn't get it. But there was a lot of it. I don't know. It's all right. Nothing special, I guess. Some people found
it's
some.
like they're cleaning out the warehouse, right?
Yeah, the robots were doing some spring cleaning. Gotta make room for all that 2014 crap that no one's buying. Gotta make room for the drones. Got the drone army moving in. Gotta make room for the drones so that they can deliver your packages more efficiently.
Let's take a look at some of these deals. Let's see here. A lot of strollers, a lot of Bluetooth speakers. How about 3 foot of braided iPhone 5 and 6 Lightning cables for $9.95?
That's a bargain. That's like what, 80% off?
Dude, this is
Yeah,
the funny
right.
thing is that there's a wait list for this. I feel like
Yeah, there is.
retailers are just like stocking up on their bullshit today.
Because they did it on purpose. It's marketing. They're like, oh, sorry, I know you want these for $8, but we only have 5 of them, so you can go ahead and wait on this list, though. And then tomorrow, when they get through it and the price goes up to what the normal price was, $20, and they're like, oh, hey, it's your turn. Do you still want this? And you're like, well, yeah. And they're like, well, it's $20 now. And you're like, okay. Just take it out of my ID card. That's all right.
Some good Chromebook deals, I think.
Yeah, I did notice a couple of those.
No.
It's very exciting.
Prime Day doesn't seem as happy.
Prime Day. Hey, happy Prime Day.
Happy Prime Day.
Joey, did you buy anything on Prime Day?
I tried to, but by the time I hit the button, it was gone.
Ooh.
Which reminds me, does anybody have a suggestion for a good vent holder for car vent holder for a Nexus 6?
For the
Missing my
vent?
holder. Yeah,
No,
for the vent.
why would you... No, I don't know. I never liked those. That just didn't seem like a good place to put it. You turn the heat on, and now your device is exploding. I don't like them.
But I got one vehicle where the vent is literally almost in my line of sight, so it's like perfectly placed.
Perfectly placed for texting while you're driving.
No, I don't have to. I don't have to. This thing's got the OK Google thing. I just talk.
I feel like that's an excuse people use, and like if they ever got pulled over and they'd be like, "No, I was using the voice thing, duh." It's like, nah, you were fucking staring at your lap, balls deep in a text message.
Yeah, that's why I need the thing to hold it on the vent.
Right. Moto G 2015 also getting the Moto Maker this year. Very exciting. Gonna get announced July 28th. That's like in 2 weeks. Good cheap phones.
Yeah, I'd say that's like the lowest end phone that I think people should go. Like the Moto E, like that's not even. I wouldn't even give my grandma that phone. Like the G has enough RAM. It has a. I think you can get a 16 gig. Like it maxes out at 16. So like I don't know. Like 8 is way too small. But this phone, it could be nice. I find it interesting that they're actually putting like some effort behind it too. If they make it Moto Maker like enabled. Just because
It
why would
almost
they waste their
feels
time?
it almost feels like they were testing all of that Moto Maker stuff to see like how well it would actually work, and not a lot of like mainstream normals bought that device. So I feel like now they have it maybe dialed in, or they think they have it dialed in enough to where they can put it on a phone that they can get out there at a lower price point, and use the ease that Moto Maker is to have everyone order it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just another phone.
Maybe I'm
Fully
wrong, but
customizable other phone.
I feel like most people customize the phones after they get them. It's an
Like-
aftermarket thing with cases and with accessories and whatnot. They don't.
It's because they don't have Moto Maker. Duh.
Yeah, but I just don't see people paying a premium for that
No.
service.
No. Are you? Are they charging for that? I didn't think they were gonna like.
I remember back when I was buying new phones through Republic Wireless, one of the options was to have a Moto Maker, and I had to buy the most expensive phone that they offered at the time, and then there was another charge on top of that because it was literally custom built to your specs. So you're paying an awful lot more for a phone. Now, whether they've moved that to a different product and that can make it cheaper, yeah, but you're still going to increase the cost because you're having something custom done. And I just don't think most people will pay for it.
You know why? Because it's unnecessary. You know why? Because it's a phone.
Exactly. And I mean, at some point, I think that the reality has got to come in that the only reason why Android is spreading to be the most popular cell phone package on the planet is because it is the cheapest / free one on the planet. So if that's your market, you're not going to be customizing the phone, and jacking up that cost if you're going after the bottom end of the market or the middle end even. Just my opinion.
We're gonna get the rest of the world on the internet via Howie Nexus phones. You get a Howie, and 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 you get a Howie. Eric,
But
you get a Howie.
I don't want a Howie.
What's next? Tell us about changing our passwords.
Don't do it if you're gonna be factory resetting your phone.
Eric, I'll tell you what, I'll never change my passwords. Ever. I will never, ever change my passwords.
I do. I change mine like every 3 months. I just add another digit, so it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
We're currently on version 18.
Exactly.
I like that scheme, though. That's nice. That adds entropy with every year that goes by, which is really just securing your future. I like it.
As I age, so does my password.
Ages gracefully, like a fine wine.
Well, I'd never heard of this before. I haven't run into it before, but supposedly Google has instituted a new security scheme which is aimed at preventing people from getting their accounts stolen. So if you change let's say you change your password today, and then you're all like, I'm going to root this phone and ROM it and do all this other cool stuff, and then I'm going to factory reset the phone. Well, you're probably not going to be able to log into your device for 3 days.
It's going to straight up be like, yeah, nice try, asshole. Your phone is stolen, and we have called the cops. Have a nice day.
It falls just short of that. So it's called factory reset protection, and it's pretty simple. Well, like I said, you reset the password within 3 days. You reset the password within, I think, 3 days of factory resetting the phone. Then phone access goes bye-bye.
This is not on the device end. This is actually on Google servers that's detecting like a change in what? Because the IMEI isn't changing. I mean, there's stuff in the kernel, I guess. If you're flashing different ROMs, that'll change. But
I think it's on both. So
okay,
it's looking at the password stuff server side, but this feature is actually enabled and is able to be disabled on the phone itself. And it's under developer options, which makes sense if you're screwing with the phone so much that you're constantly doing factory resets. It makes sense that you'd be able to shut this off. But you go into developer options, and then there's going to be something called OEM unlock, and you enable that. So by enabling OEM unlocking, it disables factory reset protection. So I see everybody's going right now to their to their developer options.
Eric, now what runtime would you? I just dropped it again. I threw it. Eric, now what runtime would you suggest while we're dicking about the developer options here? No, I don't have that in mind. I mean, I have an older device, so is this a Jelly Bean and up?
I'm not sure, but here, check it out. I got it right there. OEM unlock.
Are you on Lollipop? What are you on?
I am on 5.1, so...
Oh, well, that's probably why. I can simulate secondary displays, so that's cool.
Here we go. So it's resetting any Android 5.1 device or newer. So, I mean, you're riding bareback, my friend. You have no protection.
None. Oh. So far, so good. I mean...
Yep.
So
far, so good.
Sort of.
Well, this is good actually. This is one of the benefits of Android like version adoption sort of being like a very slow curve. It's that you're probably not, this information can disseminate a little bit before everybody's on Android 5.1.
So, and I mean, obviously, their real reason is because people lose their phones all the time, or they get stolen, or whatever. So this will kind of help that whole situation, especially now because more and more things are on these phones. You get it stolen, you're not using TextSecure, or locking your stuff with a PIN, you might have a little problem.
I'm trying to think of this situation. So is the situation that my phone got stolen, I don't want somebody to access my stuff, so I reset the password, and then they factory reset? How does this prevent anything? Am I just not thinking clearly?
Because they take your phone, right? And then they have all your stuff. Game over.
Thanks for clearing that up.
People are listening going,
Okay, hold on. I assume what they're trying to prevent is that you... Well, no, that doesn't really work either. I was going to say that you would reset your account from the phone and then do a factory reset on it, but that doesn't really prevent much, because why would you do that? That's kind of stupid.
I'll tell you what, folks. If somebody wants to write in to show@attackoftheandroids.com and tell us what the hell is going on...
I'll do you one better. Eric, I'll do you one better. I'll read it to you. Are you ready? The reason the hold is triggered is that once your Google account is compromised on a stolen phone, which is easy enough to do because the thief has your Gmail and probably your phone number, there's essentially no other way to stop a thief from erasing all traces of your account ever having been on said phone. Because a wipe can be done directly from the recovery menu on boot up without any authorization. You don't need a PIN or a pattern or anything like that. That 72 hours, okay, it theoretically gives you time to get your account back. That's all.
How does it do that?
Because
your phone, it's not just re-prompting you.
Eric, the first 48 are the most crucial. We're giving you 24 plus 48. That's 72. Do the math, Eric.
I still don't understand. I'm an idiot.
Eric, I don't know how else to read this to you. Would you like me to try Armenian?
Yes, could you sign it to me on the podcast?
That would be good.
Well, I guess I do see their point. If you keep going down through this link on Android Police that we're looking at,
No.
They have a comment in there that says, "Isn't this insane overkill?" And that does kind of ring the why do you need this? And the point that they're making is that by locking out the device for 72 hours, you in theory get to reset the Google password to something that you know that the thief doesn't, which prevents you from getting the thief back in. But if they've already gotten it once, why are you trying to prevent them from getting it again? I don't know. This seems like one of those things that it's kind of like getting patted down by the TSA at the airport. It's security theater, and it doesn't actually do a lot, but it makes you feel better. Maybe that's just me.
It doesn't like. I mean, it only triggers this if you. So I reset my password because somebody's stolen my phone. Resetting my password does not trigger a lockout. It's resetting my password and then factory reset.
No, Eric, listen. You're not resetting your password. You're changing it so that it is something different from what is saved in the phone.
Okay. So does it trigger a lockout? It triggers a lockout then? A lockout of the phone because you changed your password?
That's a good question. I have no idea.
I mean, if you change the password, then you do a factory reset on the phone. Somebody could. I mean, the thing is, you steal a smartphone for one of two reasons. You steal it either to get the information out of it that the person already has on it, or you steal it to wipe the phone and then resell it to somebody else. If you're going to wipe the phone and resell it to somebody else, having that the previous owner's account locked out doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. You do a factory reset on the phone, you log in with another Gmail or Google account, and it's not an issue. And this wouldn't prevent that.
And if you have to wait 72 hours to sell that phone, well, that's old news.
No, this wouldn't prevent that because this locks out the previous owner's phone. If you've stolen it and then this person changes their password, then and then you do a factory reset on the device, the device is wiped at that point, and you can log in with any other Google account you want, and it'll still work, 72 hours or not. But the person that you stole the phone from, they're locked out for 72 hours. So this doesn't prevent against theft. I guess the thought would be instead of changing your password if your device gets stolen, get into the Android device manager and lock the device instead of changing your password. That's my thought. Eric, am I making sense?
I think you make more sense than this fucking article. Yeah, throw that out there.
Mm. Well, I don't know. The article makes sense. I just don't think the feature makes very much sense.
You know what doesn't make sense? This poll. Would you rather have a BlackBerry or a black phone? Is there a no? Is there a no option on this poll? I don't think there is.
Yeah, I don't.
Is there a no thank you?
Is that more polite? Just trying to get the name back one way or another, or I mean,
get the name back.
Are they trying? In other words, are they trying to say, would you rather have like the same hardware but call it a black phone instead of a BlackBerry? Or
Joey, do you know what a black phone is?
Yes. He's being PC.
I don't get it.
So
I get it. God damn it, Joey.
As far as secure phones go, would you rather BlackBerry or black phone?
Oh, secure phones.
A BlackBerry black phone. I'm gonna let you guys take it from here.
Okay, now I see where you're going with that. So I apologize. I read the thing wrong quickly, and I didn't realize it was a serious question. I thought it was yes, would you rather call it a BlackBerry or a black phone? Okay, so my bad. I misread it. Personally, I think I'd almost go with BlackBerry just because the name has somebody behind it. But I don't know. On the other hand, the name hasn't really done very well in the enterprise market.
So you'd stick with BlackBerry rather than go Android on the black phone. What's the poll say? What's Pocket Now? They did a poll. What's the poll say?
View results. It says BlackBerry for the hardware with 43 votes. So this is a
Still?
huge poll. And then next to that is BlackBerry for the software at 33%, 35 votes.
I'm pretty sure
BlackBerry for another reason, 9 votes.
like that's their employees going and voting.
Yeah, there's only 106 votes on this, so it's clearly a very, very popular poll.
Having used the Black Phone and a BlackBerry, I would have to go with BlackBerry because
Whoa,
the Black
really?
Phone was just the Black Phone was terrible. The Black Phone, like that device, the hardware was awful. The software was okay because it was Android.
How long ago was that?
Past 6 months.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, but I think that if BlackBerry went Android, that definitely, like, it'd be no question, I would go BlackBerry over Black Phone. I just don't think that Black Phone is. I don't think they've done anything compelling. The
Why are
software.
those
Get the software
Are those the only two choices?
in this poll.
Well,
All right.
here's the other thing, though. If you're going to build a model, if you're going to build a phone model and operating system around the idea of being a hardened security platform, you are never going to be on the cutting edge of hardware or software. You're always going to be lagging behind at least one major version because those new machines and new software that's out on the bleeding cutting edge is always unproven, always untested. This is one of the reasons why Windows XP survived so long on the PC platform, because the further we went with it, the more it got battle-tested and hardened, and this is why the Department of Defense, or was it the U.S. Navy, I think it was, not too long ago, dropped several $1 million on Microsoft for continued XP support. It's because the platform is so embedded, because it worked so well for so long, that they found all of the bugs, or at least most of them, and found fixes. So, but you're always going
to do with the hardware. Like it has nothing to do with like it's because it's security that because it's security focused that the hardware sucks. The hardware sucks because they went with a really crappy OEM. Like it's a crappy OEM. The camera sucks. The thing would reboot all the time. It was just a piece of crap.
Yeah, but the problem is that okay, fine. Maybe you've got a point there. If you've got a really trashy OEM, then that is an issue. But what I'm getting at is that if you say, for instance, you were going to create a high security phone, and I'm just going to make up numbers. The Galaxy S24 just came out. You're not going to be running on the S24 platform. You're going to be running on the S23 or the S22. You're going to be a version behind or two versions behind because that version's been out, it's been battle tested, and it's been through the ringer a couple of times. And now that it's been out for a while and the bugs have been found and fixed, that's when you start putting your security software on it.
That's true. I mean, they weren't running the highest version of Android. I think they were on like 4.3 or something.
Yeah.
But it was just, I don't know. It was a really poor offering. And if you're going to be using the Silent Circle apps, which come preloaded, if you're using them anyway, you can, like, if you factor in that they give you, I think 3 years free service or something, like the phone sort of, like it's sort of a wash, or it's close to a wash, like cost-wise. But honestly, I think you're better off just putting the apps on a phone that you want to use. I don't think you're going to get that much of a benefit from using their phone.
Would you put exception, it wouldn't have any kind of malware or backdoors on it from the factory?
Would you put those on that Howie Nexus 6, 7, 8? Was it?
The Howie Nexus.
The Howie Nexus. The awesome. Eric, what's our email address?
Well, Matt, our email address is show@attackoftheandroids.com.
That means our website's attackoftheandroids.com. It's easy to remember. So check it out. We're on Stitcher. We're on iTunes. Leave us a review. Appreciate it. And Wednesdays is when we do the show now. So if you enjoy the live banter, join us Wednesdays.
Please.
Please. Pretty place. All right. Have a great evening, everyone.